Crazy finish to the 500. Let's talk about that. The first Daytona 500 in recent memory to not be rain delayed in some sort of fashion. I think it's a first. First in a while. But yeah, Ricky Spinhouse wins the Daytona 500. Wow. Honestly, I don't know how I feel about this 500. It felt competitive. We had the most lead changes. It was the longest. They showed the stat that this race was the longest, like lap wise. But yet, like the first stage, the only incident was really Bubba getting loose off of Truex's bumper and getting in the wall. But even that didn't cause a caution. The Hendrick cars led early. Like, I don't know how I feel about this race. It was a great race at the end. Stage 2 was amazing. Stage 1, it felt like everyone was trying to make it to the beginning. But let's talk about the top 10. Talk about this. So, Ricky Stenhouse was ahead of Joey Logano when NASCAR threw the caution. Pretty entertaining. But yeah, so the top 10. Ricky Stenhouse is now a Daytona 500 champion. Joey Logano finished second. Christopher Bell pushed Stenhouse there. Chris Buescher, Alex Bowman, AJ Allmendinger, Daniel Suarez recovers from a spin. I'll talk about that. Ryan Blaney, Ross Chastain, and Riley Herbst gets 2 top 10 finishes this weekend. He's not even running the full season. Like, way to go, Herbst. But yeah, stage 1, it was Brad Keselowski won that. Ford's finished 1 through 5. Like, Ford was dominant all day. I gotta give it to him. Like, they held the lead. Like, Bowman and Larson led early. Then the Joe Gibbs cars led. And then the Ford just, after the first round of pit stops, they just took the lead and never gave it up. We come back from stage 2, pretty calm. We made it through 100 laps. Still no massive wreck. The first big wreck came on lap 118. Harvick gives a bump to Tyler Reddick in 4th, and Reddick just couldn't hang on to it. Like, we made it 118 laps with the only caution being the stage break. Like, I think that's the longest in my memory when stage racing was introduced that we ran caution free that long. Because I don't count the caution, like the stage breaks. They're just stupid. But yeah, that caution took out a couple of heavy hitters. Like Blaney was involved. He had front nose damage. He went a couple laps down. Blaney ended up finishing pretty decent, actually, even with the damage. Came home. What am I thinking? He came home 8th. Idiot. But yeah, had front nose damage. Was able to went a lap down early because I saw him running behind Connor Daly. Just hung on to it. Got back on the lead lap. But yeah, that lap, that caution ended up taking out Chase Elliott. Kyle Larson got damaged. Harvick was damaged. Eric Jones, Tyler Reddick, Daniel Suarez had a bit of damage, which he came back to 7th. And this man made the race very interesting. But yeah, round of pit stops. Ross Chastain here in 9th. Won stage 2. Like, looked like the race was against the game. So then stage 3 begins. Kind of the normal stuff. We had a debris caution for a tire carcass from Ryan Blaney. So that could have ended his race easily. We had green flag pit stops. And as the field's coming together on lap 182, like 18 to go, we're coming down the crunch time. The Gordy effect. The big one strikes not once, but twice in this race, in my opinion. This one involved 7 cars. Took out pretty much the rest of the heavy hitters that you weren't thinking. But yeah, McDowell got spun off the nose. It was in the turn one. It was rough for Michael McDowell. Like nothing he did. Ryan Preece was involved. His day was over. Truex took enough damage that his race is officially done. But yeah, they were checking up because I was going high to try to pass AJ Allmendinger, and the top line just accordioned. Kevin Harvick's involved. Chase Briscoe had light damage. He was able to continue. Ty Gibbs took some front end damage. But really, the 3 cars out. 2 cars. McDowell, I believe, had to get towed. Right? It's just unfortunate. He got spin off the bumper of McDowell as Briscoe just rear-ended him. And then we go back to green. Restart's pretty interesting. You had Brad Keselowski leading, had Chris Buescher behind him, and coming to 2 to go. Like 2 to go. This race is almost over. Daniel Suarez spins coming out of turn 4 by himself. I didn't fully get to see what happened to him, but he just loses the car. Both of the right side tires were down, so unfortunately, like he spun it into the grass and was spinning his tires, but yet somehow came back to finish 7th. Someone tell me that. How does this man come back to 7th? And overtime. Kyle Busch, Austin Dillon. This is the big one. This takes out pretty much everyone else. Yeah. Kyle Busch, Austin Dillon decide to do before the choose rule, which we're doing that at Super Speedways now. Kyle Busch decides to go on the outside, and they're going to do the crossover where he's going to drop in front of Austin Dillon. Well, it checks up the bottom lane, and Byron runs into the back of Dillon. Takes out 13 cars in this incident. Ross Chastain, Austin Cindric, Austin Dillon took some damage. Well, Austin Dillon was the one that spun with Byron. Brad Keselowski, Denny Hamlin. Herbst actually got some damage in that? Harrison Burton, like his day was done. Justin Haley, Zane Smith, Todd Gilliland, Noah Gragson, and Jimmy Johnson. He was the one I was looking forward to. Jimmy was bad fast. Jimmy ended up finishing after that caution. Jimmy finished 31st. Byron 34th. Chris Buescher 35th. Ryan Preece 36th. Chase Elliott 38th. That's going to be tough hole. Tyler Reddick 39th. Connor Daly 29th. Not bad for him. The 2 rookies fighting for Rookie of the Year. Ty Gibbs and Noah Gragson 24th and 25th. So they're going to have a tight rookie battle. Brad Keselowski was involved. So let's continue with the race recap, and then I'll shout out the rest of the drivers. So overtime 2. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. is leading the field to green. Kyle Larson behind him pushing. They survive lap 1. White flag's taken. Entering turn 2. Kyle Larson just spun? Got pushed? I'm not sure. But Kyle went around, took out Brad Keselowski, Kyle Busch, Almirola was involved, Hamlin, Blaney. Allmendinger had some damage, but was able to make it back to the line under his power, so he got to finish where he finished. Bubba, and unfortunately, Travis Pastrana. Travis did keep the car rolling, came home 11th, Harvick 12th. Zane Smith brings home that 36 car in 13th. Corey LaJoy, he was fast early, finishes 15th. But yeah, honestly, compared to the other like 500s that I've watched, it's one I can watch again and enjoy, but it's not an all-time great. It's not like 07, which they love to recap today on the Fox broadcast. Kevin Harvick, Mark Martin. It's not the fight. It's not Dale winning. Like, great story here with Ricky Stenhouse. Like, amazing story. Like, his last win came at Daytona in the August race in 2019 or 2017. I think is what he said. It's like he hasn't won in a while. But like overall, lots of lead changes. Drivers seem to be taking risk. Smart risk. But at the same time, it just felt kind of flat at points. Like, I'm gonna be honest, I was playing Valorant because like it was calm. Like double file, like so inside was working, outside was working. It wasn't the freight train that we've seen many times at Daytona and Talladega. It was a competitive race. I just think having watched Arca and Xfinity yesterday kind of burnt me out for the 500. I feel like those two Arca should have the week ahead. Go back to that. Like, give me Arca. Give me the couple days break, qualifying, trucks. I mean, qualifying, duels, trucks, Xfinity. Like, I don't know. Someone just fell off today with this race for me. Like, I was interested, but at the same time, I was just like, it's good. But like, if I had to rate it, definitely a great race. Like, definitely one that I will go back and probably have to digest some more to actually have an honest opinion on it. Because once Jimmy was out, it was like the truck race when I was streaming when Haley Deegan got taken out. I just lost interest. I think with how the Fords were dominating, like, I honestly believed the Ford was going to win. Honestly surprised that Chevy won. Like, Chevy, Ford, Toyota, like, all three manufacturers represented the top three. But yeah, let me know your guys' opinion. And if you're watching this right when it's uploaded, I'm going to be on Twitch talking about my thoughts on the race. But yeah, that's going to be it. I'm going to head out. I'm going to go stream on Twitch. Come say hi, give me a follow. Hit a thumbs up if you like this. Subscribe. I'm going to try to do a race recap every week. I am starting back up Chase for the Cup. I got a few other videos in the works. I'm not going to spoil. But I will catch you all next Sunday for the race recap of Fontana. For the last time we are at Auto Club on this 2-mile circuit. So that might be interesting after last year's race. But I'll catch you all later. Peace.